Imagine a world where um, there is nothing left to live for because those little games we play was more interesting than what was actually real and what actually mattered. But we still chose those little games over what actually mattered and what was actually real. Because those games mattered more than what actually mattered. What actually was supposed to happen instead of these little games. Instead of these little time wasters and people who beat around the bush. This was supposed to be educational video. I was going to tell something really important, like some sort of sphere of alphabet I saw in the my mind's eye, but I forgot because, like, why? Why loving takes so much fight? Why we have to love? Why we have to fight so much to love? And love fighting so much instead, like why it's why it's not the other way around? Why there's this obsessive love with fight and not the other way around with this obsessive, maybe I said that wrong, but what I meant was love should be easier. It should be the easy path. I should be able to love, and there should be no obstruction. It almost seems like a joke because it turned into one. Because for some reason, I do not know yet, but I chose love in the end of the day. And that's all I wanted to do, and nothing else. That's all I ever wanted. And it just seemed to be turned out the most hardest thing in the world. For some reason, I'll never know for some people. But for me, it's clear. I know inside my heart, what's inside my heart, and I know what I want to do. And I don't need some sort of fancy wording to actually, you know, to prove it to people, to prove it to anybody. Because I know in my heart that love exists, and I don't need to prove it to anybody. And the reality of love, of that love, is known by the very thing that created it. It knows it, and that's enough. And that's a good enough reason, and that's a good enough case for it to want, for it to win, for love to win. And we don't need any kind of trial or waiting around and guessing and thinking and obstructing. because the path is clear. What needs to be done is clear. It's only with the kind of people with their heart is not in the right place, have these doubts, causes these obstructions, and causes these hate waves which disturbs the peace. I wish I delivered in a more perfect way, but you know, I run on a very low budget, and I really don't need much besides loving the person I need to love. Because that's all I can afford to do right now, and that's who I am.